welcome to this episode of the Harpreet Singh Show on this last day of 2021. ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਜੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਕੁਝ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਐਸੇ ਵਿਸ਼ੇ ਤੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਾਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਦਦ ਦੇਗੀ। ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਦਲੀਪ ਨਿਗਮ ਨਾਲ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਮੋਟੀਵੇਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਨੇ, ਜੌਨ ਐਕਸ ਮੈਕਸਵੈਲ ਦੇ ਇਹ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਇੰਸਪਾਇਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਬਿਹਤਰ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਜੀ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ। ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਲੋਕ ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਵੇਂ ਸਾਲ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਰੈਜ਼ੋਲੂਸ਼ਨਸ ਬਣਾਵਾਂਗੇ, ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੋਲ ਸੈੱਟ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਪਰ ਅੱਜ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟੀਕਲੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਡਾਪਟ ਕਰੀਏ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਾਮਯਾਬ ਹੋ ਸਕਨੇ ਹਾਂ, ਉਸ ਉੱਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਫੋਕਸ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਸੋ ਆਓ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਦਲੀਪ ਨਿਗਮ ਜੀ ਕੋਲ ਤੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਦਾ ਸਿਲਸਿਲਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਦਲੀਪ ਜੀ, ਗੁੱਡ ਈਵਨਿੰਗ, ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ।
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Superb, absolutely. Awaiting 2022.
Well, just a few more hours left. Actually, it's 6 p.m. right now. So
Yeah.
just in 6 hours, we'll be entering into a new year. Well, definitely it's just a change of the day. Actually, in India right now, we have seen people have already celebrated and people are enjoying the first day of 2022. So wherever we are in the world,
Yeah.
people who are watching us, especially in Australia, India, people have already celebrated the new year, but we are going to be entering into this new phase in another 6 hours. So दिलीप जी, आप इंस्पायर करते हैं लोगों को, आप बातें ऐसी करते हैं जिसके साथ हमारा मोटिवेशनल जो है वो बरकरार रहे, हम सेल्फ इस्टीम हमारा स्ट्रांग हो। तो आज का दिन जो है इसकी बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंस है क्योंकि आज लास्ट डे है 2021 का, और आज हमने मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली कुछ देर के बाद मैं भी बैठ जाऊंगा कागज़ पेन लेके और मैं कुछ अपने गोल्स बनाऊंगा नेक्स्ट ईयर के लिए। ऑफ कोर्स ये गोल्स मुझे बहुत इंस्पायर करेंगे कुछ दिनों के लिए, लेकिन उसके बाद आहिस्ता आहिस्ता दोबारा as life goes on, we'll go back into our daily schedule and many times we forget as to what we have to accomplish. So can you take us on this journey कि जब हम न्यू ईयर रेजोल्यूशंस की बात करते हैं और उसके अलावा अगर हम इसको थोड़ा सा चेंज कर लें तो हमारे गोल्स को भी हम मैनेज कर सकते हैं और हमें वो गिल्ट जो आमतौर पे हो जाती है वो भी नहीं होगी।
Right, Harpreet ji, बहुत अच्छा thought आपने, you brought up a very good thought. And what happens, every year we make these New Year resolutions. But you would agree that in 30 to 60 days, 80% of the resolutions fail. We decide to lose weight. We go to the gym for a bit. We are excited about joining the gym and going to the gym. But very soon, जो motivation है अंदर का वो कम होने लगता है। आज थोड़ा आलस आ रहा है, आज नहीं उठते, कल चले जाएंगे। You know, that's how it is. And ultimately, the weight stays the same. एक मैं totally new perspective आज बताऊंगा आपको इस बारे में, इस subject पे, and that is I want to talk about, rather than making New Year resolutions which don't work, why not think of transformation? And transformation basically means a change of state. And to give a simple example which all of us know is the transformation of a caterpillar into a butterfly. Now, what does it mean? It's a journey of transformation. Butterfly signifies a beautiful, positive change, right? And then the journey from caterpillar to butterfly is a process of transformation. But the change ultimately is a permanent, positive change. Now, why not think in terms of transformation for yourself and look for a positive, permanent change in the year 2022 so that you move from point B to point A in 22, and 23 onwards you move from point A to point A1. So I have devised a transformation blueprint for 2022 which I would like to talk about, and there are certain pillars of it which we'll talk.
Dileep ji, that's a very important point that you have touched, because generally what happens is, as you have very rightly said, the goals that we have set for the new year as resolutions, generally they fizzle out within a few days or even months also. But if you transform your mentality, and as you're going to show us this path as to what we need to do, definitely that can be a long lasting impact, and not just for 2022 but for many other years also. We'll continue to follow that. So what are those steps that we need to keep in mind, and how can we transform ourselves?
Right, so the pillar number one of the transformation blueprint which I'm going to talk about is have a vision statement. I call vision statement is like a GPS for your life. GPS, we have in the GPS in our cars, which gives us direction to where we want to go. How about have a GPS for life, which tells us where are we going moving forward in life? A lot of time we do have, sometimes we have a vision statement. A lot of us, we don't have. But before we develop a vision statement, I want to share a small story. As a simple example, you would have heard about Helen Keller.
Yeah.
Helen Keller was born a healthy child, but suddenly at the age of 19, she got ill and she lost her vision and she became blind and deaf. But interestingly, through the help of another teacher called Anne Mansfield, she graduated in United States in 1904 to be a Bachelor of Arts graduate. And somebody asked Keller, and she said, somebody asked Helen Keller, what is the worst thing in life beyond being a blind? And she said, worse than being a blind is having a sight, but no vision.
Right.
And I find this statement so relevant for our own lives also. We do have sight, but do we have vision for our life? And that leads to pillar number 1, that we need to develop a vision statement for ourselves.
Right.
Now, how do we develop that? The very first point is reflection. Reflect of 2021. What did we plan for 2021? Where we are today? And then that will decide about achievements, what we achieved, what we missed out. And from there, we will get the direction for where we want to go. In a GPS also, we say where we are, the starting point, and then we gain the destination. Likewise, we have to have a reflection of 2021 to know where we are today, and then identify where we want to go. So that's the first step. That's the process to be followed.
Right. And that's a very important thing what you have said, that we need to set up a blueprint by which we'll start following it. And like a GPS, जो आपने example दिए, it takes us from one destination to another once we punch in where we want to go. Similarly, for our life also, for achieving our goals, we need to have a vision statement. And again, we find out that vision statement, if we go to some big companies, they have at the entrance. Similarly, for individuals also, what you're recommending is great. We'll go for a short break. We'll be back. And from here onwards, we'll learn as to how do you make this vision statement? Because again, there are so many things that we want to accomplish, but how to put it in a few words and to keep it as a reminder that if we keep on constantly looking into it and following it, we will reach our destination. So we'll be shortly back after this break.
Sure.
हर रंग है साडे को, हर मॉडल, हर एक दी अपनी वक्री पहचान। असीं एक परिवार हाँ, साडा कर्म है अगे वधाउणा, सफर नूं सौखा बनाउणा। बसंत मोटर्स, तुहाडे नाल, तुहाडे करके।
है जुल्म ढाने का अंदाज भी कितना हंसी, हमारी जान पर बनाई है जब जब उसने अंगड़ाई ली। कभी खामोश रहते हैं, कभी शोर होता है। मोहब्बत में शरारत का मजा कुछ और होता है। दिल को जज्बात का तोहफा, खामोशियों को बात का तोहफा, खूबसूरती में जड़ी नजाकत अदाओं की चांद से मुखड़े को चांद सा तोहफा।
भारत ज्वेलर्स, सच्चे प्यार की चमक जैसा। फाइल बिजनेस सेंटर सरी।
ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਰੀ, ਡੈਲਟਾ, ਰਿਚਮੰਡ, ਐਬਸਫੋਰਡ ਜਾਂ ਵੈਂਕੂਵਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਵਾਂ ਘਰ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਬਾਰੇ ਸੋਚ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਰੈਨੋਵੇਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ? ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਤਜਰਬੇਕਾਰ ਬਿਲਡਰ, ਇੱਕ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟਿਵ ਇੰਟੀਰੀਅਰ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਰ ਦੀ, ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਗਾਈਡ ਕਰ ਸਕਣ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਉਸਾਰ ਸਕਣ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਜਾਂ ਸੰਦੀਪ 6048259295 ਉੱਤੇ।
ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਫਿਰ ਆਪ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ। ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ AMC ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਨਾਲ। ਲਾਈਫ, डिसेबिलिटी, उस तो इलावा होम, ऑटो, ट्रैवल, बिजनेस है, लाइफ माफ़ी चाहना रिक्रिएशनल इंश्योरेंस लैनी है तो फिर तुसी संपर्क बनाओ AMC इंश्योरेंस नाल। इन्हां ਦੀਆਂ 9 ब्रांचेस ने लोअर मेनलैंड ਵਿੱਚ जो ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਰਵ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਹਫਤੇ ਦੇ 7 ਦਿਨ ਸਵੇਰੇ 8:30 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਰਾਤ ਦੇ 9 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਖੁੱਲੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਹੋਰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 6045076666। ਸਾਡੇ ਅਗਲੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗੀ ਹਨ ਬੈਸਟ ਹੋਮ ਕਿਚਨ ਕੈਬਨਿਟਸ। ਘਰ ਦੀ ਸ਼ਾਨ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਚਨ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਸੋਨਾ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਵਿੱਚ। ਬੈਸਟ ਹੋਮ ਕਿਚਨ ਕੈਬਨਿਟਸ ਲੋਅਰ ਮੇਨਲੈਂਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਜਾਣੀ ਪਛਾਣੀ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਹਨ। ਕਸਟਮ ਹਾਈ ਐਂਡ ਘਰਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਮਲਟੀ ਯੂਨਿਟ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਕੈਬਨਿਟ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਬੈਸਟ ਹੋਮ ਕਿਚਨ ਕੈਬਨਿਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖੋ। ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ ਸੁਰਜੀਤ ਢੇਸੀ 6045918171। ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਨੇ ਦਲੀਪ ਨਿਗਮ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਮੋਟੀਵੇਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਅਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਟਰਾਂਸਫਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ, ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਐਂਟਰਿੰਗ ਇਨਟੂ ਦ ਨਿਊ ਈਅਰ ਇਨ ਦ ਨੈਕਸਟ 5.5 hours or so, and basically we set up goals, but many times we are not able to accomplish them. But what he's talking about is to change your mentality and set up a new vision, set up a blueprint by which you are bound to succeed. So the first thing he has said is that have a vision statement. तो अब दिलीप जी, विजन स्टेटमेंट जिसकी आपने बात की, हर एक व्यक्ति के कुछ ना कुछ अलग विजन है। बहुत ये बहुत ये बड़ा फील्ड है, उसको छोटा सा बनाना और कुछ लफ्ज़ों में लिखना, उसके लिए कैसे हम काम करें?
So Harpreet ji, there are a couple of areas where we need to think about and talk and jot down our points. The first point could be job and career. Job and career में आपको ये पूछना पड़ेगा अपने आप को, it's again self-reflection which will decide your vision statement. Are you happy with your job? And if not, are you planning, would you be happy if you change a job? So that one perspective has to be clear. Okay? What do you expect your job to be like? What is that which makes you happy? Why are you not happy today? Are you not seeing progression of career? Second point, in the same case, what is the kind of earning you are having today? Are you happy with that? If not, what is the kind of earnings you want to have in 3 years and 5 years from now? Now, if you talk about 10 years from now, that will be difficult. What's critical is you have a vision about 2 years and 5 years, short term and mid term. That's very critical. That will bring you to long-term vision, long-term growth. Likewise, on the self-development, how is your personal growth happening? Did you undertake any programs last year? Do you see yourself growing from where you were 5 years earlier to where you are today? If not, you need to think about that. You have to plan about it. Third, family and social. What kind of relationships you have in family?
Right.
So how are your children doing? Right? This is another subject. Third could be money and investments. What kind of investments have you made? What kind of assets have you built in the past 5 years? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Health and fitness. How is your health doing? How is your wife's health doing? How is your children doing? Are you wanting to implement any changes in your health regime? And another one could be charity. Did you contribute to any charities last year? If not, what's your plans for the next year? Now, these are some of the perspectives, but your vision statement has to align with your personal value system also. So identify your value system, identify your goals in these 5-6 areas. It could be more. This is not an exhaustive list. You can have your own. I'm giving a direction, and then align those value system and your goals, and that will define your vision statement. For example, when I was in Singapore, I had identified very clearly a vision statement for me. And the vision statement was, I want to give a world-class lifestyle to my family and best of the best education to my children and be financially free in the next 5 to 8 years from now. Simple but focused vision statement I had. And I achieved all of them because I was very focused on it. And I took steps to move forward towards changes to accomplish that vision statement.
So Dileep ji, is it enough to just have this vision statement in your mind, or you ought to write it down?
Absolutely. Very well said. You are supposed to write it down very clearly and in fact display it so that you can see it everywhere, wherever you go. It should become a dominant thought process in your mind. You have to seed your vision statement with subconscious mind, in your subconscious. And then only that will activate your conscious mind to take actions. You need to start living your vision statement. That is very important. Okay. Now, another method of achieving a vision statement is you break down your goals and put a date on it, yearly, and then break down backward, 6 monthly, and then 1 month. Right. Now, when you have a 1 month breakdown, then only you are able to achieve it. So if you say you're making $10,000 per month as income and you want to make it 20,000, certainly you cannot jump in 2 years to 20,000.
Right.
But you have to have it in a phased manner. So you have to phase your vision statement and break down into small, medium, short term and medium term steps, and then start focusing on the actions to accomplish medium term. But if you cannot, if you find yourself stuck, you are not able to move forward, what is critical is take help of a coach or a mentor who would possibly do your hand holding and based on his experiences, and then he bring you forward and identify your blind spots. See, in your car, you have a rear view mirror to see, and on the side mirrors to see a blind spot.
Right.
Do you have a mentor to pick your blind spots? If not, identify a mentor or a coach or a transformation coach who will show you the path and pick your blind spots to put the right direction when you drift to the wrong direction.
So accountability needs to be there.
So that's what I have to say.
Right.
Absolutely.
So what you are saying is that accountability needs to be there, so that if you drift from the vision that you have set, there is someone who can hold you and talk to you and tell you that you need
Yes.
to change your path so that you're again following the direction of your dreams.
Absolutely. So accountability partner is very important. Your coach, your mentor can be your accountability partner.
Wonderful.
So this was pillar number 1.
Right. So there are a lot of pillars which we are going to cover, but again, it's time for a break. Let's go for a break, and
I
in
know.
the next segment we will try to touch the other also the points that you want to raise, so that we also can follow this path and be successful. So we'll be shortly back after this break.
Absolutely.
ਕੁਦਰਤ ਦੇ ਸੌਮਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਆਯੁਰਵੇਦਾ ਰਾਹੀਂ 5000 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਬਣਾਏ ਗਏ ਹੈਲਥ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਅਪਰੂਵਡ 100% ਸ਼ੁੱਧ ਆਯੁਰਵੈਦਿਕ ਡਾਇਟਰੀ ਸਪਲੀਮੈਂਟਸ ਦਾ ਲਾਭ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸਟ੍ਰੈਸ, ਐਂਗਜ਼ਾਇਟੀ, ਇਨਸੋਮਨੀਆ, ਬਲੱਡ ਸ਼ੂਗਰ, ਕਿਡਨੀ, ਬਲੈਡਰ, ਹਾਜ਼ਮਾ, ਆਈਸਾਈਟ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੀ ਬਿਮਾਰੀ ਦਾ ਆਰਗੈਨਿਕ ਇਲਾਜ, ਜੋੜਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਦਰਦਾਂ ਤੇ ਸਰੀਰਕ ਮਸਾਜ ਲਈ ਕਈ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੇ ਆਯੁਰਵੈਦਿਕ ਤੇਲ ਵੀ ਉਪਲਬਧ ਹਨ। ਹੋਲਸੇਲ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ 604 628 2003।
ਘਰ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਣੀ ਨਿੱਜੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਸੁਨਹਿਰੀ ਪਲ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਹ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਜੀਵਨ ਬਤੀਤ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਪੂਰੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਦ ਕਿਸੇ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਜੇ ਹੋਏ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਬਦਲਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ। ਨਵੇਂ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਰੇਮਿੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ ਤੱਕ, ਡ੍ਰੇਪਰੀ, ਪੇਂਟਿੰਗਸ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਡੈਕੋਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਅਸੈਸਰੀਜ਼ ਤੱਕ, ਤੁਸੀਂ SK ਹੋਮ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁਪਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਹਕੀਕਤ 'ਚ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕਰੋ ਸੰਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ 6048259295।
ਪਾਪਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਕਿਉਂ ਉਦਾਸ ਹੋ?
बेटा, तेरे चाचा दी कोरोना वायरस करके डेथ हो गई है क्योंकि उसने मेरे कहने के बावजूद भी टीका नहीं लगवाया।
ਚਾਚਾ ਜੀ ਤਾਂ ਪੜ੍ਹੇ ਲਿਖੇ, ਸਿਹਤਮੰਦ ਅਤੇ ਰੋਜ਼ ਐਕਸਰਸਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਨ, ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਟੀਕਾ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਗਵਾਇਆ?
ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਡਰ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਟੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਮਾੜੇ ਪ੍ਰਭਾਵ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਅਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਹਾਲਾਂਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਮਝਾਇਆ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਸਭ ਅਫਵਾਹਾਂ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਟੀਕੇ ਵਿਗਿਆਨਿਕਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਡਾਕਟਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਅਤੇ ਖੋਜ ਦਾ ਨਤੀਜਾ ਹਨ।
ਪਾਪਾ ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਦੇ ਮੈਂਬਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਟੀਕਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਲਗਵਾ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸਿੱਖ ਹੈਲਥ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਅਪੀਲ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਵੈਕਸੀਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਵਾਓ ਅਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲਦਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਟੀਕਾ ਲਗਵਾਉਣ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੇਰਣਾ ਕਰੋ। ਆਓ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਹੈਲਥ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਇਸ ਮੁਹਿੰਮ ਦਾ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਬਣੀਏ।
This program is being brought to you with the support of Agnihotri Immigration Consulting. This is British. Agnihotri Immigration Consulting is based in Surrey, and they have been helping out clients since 2006. Neera Agnihotri is a certified immigration consultant. If you're wanting to know about temporary status, PR, you are new to Canada, you are an international student, you want to know about citizenship or hire foreign workers or express entry or sponsor parents or grandparents, call Neera Agnihotri at 604-597-2284. 604-597-2284. Our next sponsor is Day-to-Day Wholesale Cash and Carry. This is British Columbia's largest South Asian grocery store where you can buy groceries, party-wear, kitchenware at wholesale prices. More than 5,000 products are displayed on the shelves for best prices, unique grocery buying experience, and high-quality products. Come to 7843 128th Street, Surrey, 604-503-8787. My guest today is Dileep Nigam, and we are talking about how to transform yourself while just not writing about resolutions, but then again how to accomplish them. He's talking on these issues, and let's get back to him and continue with our discussion. So Dileep जी, ब्रेक से पहले जो आपने विजन स्टेटमेंट की बात की, बहुत विस्तार से समझाया, और कौन से पॉइंट्स है जिनको हमें फॉलो करना पड़ेगा ताकि हम अपने आप को ट्रांसफॉर्म कर सकें?
Great. Harpreet ji, second pillar of my transformation blueprint is get ready to embrace disruptions. Now, the word disruption, if somebody has not heard, you understand that has to become a way of life. Disruption means that things have changed and possibly in a way you did not like it. Now, COVID brought in a totally different change. We were not prepared for it, but we adapted to it. We did not use Zoom so much. We were used to live meetings, but now we are on virtual meetings. That's the change. And that came in because of the disruption caused by COVID. Likewise, even in the future, we got to be very clear that disruption has to become a way of life. And we have to prepare ourselves that jobs will be cut. You still have to sustain and survive. So what do you do to manage your job and have a permanent job together with you? So I have identified certain sub-steps to the pillar number 2. First is know your USP. What is USP? USP is unique selling proposition. Apple has a USP, and that USP is lifestyle products. Mm-hmm. When we hold an Apple product in our hand, we feel proud about it. And that is how Apple is able to sell expensive cell phones, because people take pride in holding an Apple phone. Mm-hmm. My question is, if you go to an interview and you are asked, what is your USP? Or can you define yourself in 3 words? Are you ready for the response? If not, you need to start digging on yourself and identify the USP. Means, what is your core value proposition you bring to the table? And that is called USP. What is your key differentiator? A lot of time we don't even think of it. So to be able to sustain a market disruption, we need to know ourselves very clearly. And we need to see value in us before others see value in us.
Right.
If we don't see the value, nobody else will value us. And to be able to see the value in us, we need to see what is that we bring to the table. And that is USP. So know your USP. Second point, and of course, to know the USP, you need to know your strengths, you need to know your weaknesses, and accordingly, you will know what are you good at, right? Now, the second sub point of this is create an alternative career path. What does it mean? If you have a particular core skill set and you are getting a job done, in the disruption scenario, there are a lot of jobs likely to be cut off, and possibly they'll be substituted by a new skill set. Have you created a parallel option for yourself? Just to give you my own example, I was in Singapore and I was in project management for over 22 years. But I decided to diversify myself and expand my horizons in a totally new field, which was supply chain. And I trained myself for 4 years to be ready for the supply chain position. And finally, got selected as a country commercial head for a French multinational to lead the supply chain function. And that ultimately helped me to take up a supply chain position when I landed in Canada with a large power corporation. But it took some time to get ready for the supply chain career. So important point is, you are focused on one career path. Are you wanting to create a parallel path second time? Suppose your current job scenario is changed. Are you ready with a second alternative? It's very vital that we prepare ourselves for alternative career path and start working on it now, because that won't happen overnight. It takes time. I took 4 years to get ready for supply chain. And then that became my permanent career path, right? The third perspective or subset of the pillar number 2 is learn a new soft skill. Please understand and take it right that soft skills are going to be in great demand and will attract a lot of value as compared to what they did last time in the coming times. People's management, emotional intelligence, cognitive flexibility. These are some of the soft skills identified by many employment agents, including LinkedIn, and they are all there available. World Economic Forum has identified 10 soft skills to be the future in the coming years. You need to hone your skill set on the soft skills if you are not ready for it.
Right.
The second area to be ready for disruption. Get ready for a soft skill. Okay. So these are some of the subsets of pillar number 2 to get ready for disruption.
Right. any other pillars which you need to set up so that we can start working on those? Well, I know there is so much to talk, but again, time just flies when we are talking on some important topic.
Yep.
But I'm happy to tell my viewers that you're also holding a workshop, also free workshop. So we'll talk about that also.
Yep.
But let's finish off with the points first. Any other points which you would like to tell us?
Yeah. One more point. Of course, it's a big subject, and that is the reason I have planned a boot camp on Transformation 2022 boot camp starting on January 14th. And people can register to me by calling on my cell number 604-349-4107, confirming their interest, and then we'll take it from there. But pillar number 3, because there are 8 pillars, and it will be difficult because of time shortage to cover everything. But I want to give a foundation.
Only. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll just take the points right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
The next point is build your self-concept. And self-concept is your own self-image. Where do you see yourself? Do you love yourself? And if you were to give a score to yourself, what score will you give to yourself? Are you ranking yourself a 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10, or 9 out of 10? And if not, there is a proper mechanism of developing your self-image, which I'm going to discuss about in the boot camp. Next pillar is live a growth mindset. Live a growth mindset. Now, what are the elements of that? Of course, it will be difficult to cover now, but we will discuss that in future in the boot camp. Now, pillar number 5 is, let me talk about pillar number 5, which is embrace success habits of superachievers.
Right.
Very critical. What are the habits of superachievers? We need to know that, and we need to diligently practice that.
Right.
Now, the interesting part is the transformation blueprint I'm talking about. It will be difficult to achieve everything overnight. It's a process, and that's the reason I am doing a boot camp, and we'll do live examples of that and do a lot of hand holding to guide you through the journey. Pillar number 6 is invest in health equity. You need to be mentally and physically healthy to be able to grow and excel in life. Pillar number 7 is build your network, invest in social capital. And pillar number 8 is live a life of gratitude. It's very important to be thankful for what you have in life rather than be grudgy about everything in life.
Absolutely.
So these are the 8 pillars. We are going to discuss this in detail because of time shortage. I tried to just cover the points, but definitely anybody interested, please shoot me a message interested in transformation on my number 604-349-4107, and I'll be delighted to invite you to be a part of the bootcamp.
And it's a free workshop where people from around the world can join.
And it's a free workshop.
Right.
This is a new concept I'm talking. Possibly it has not been talked. It's a unique system which I'm talking. And then I really want to empower the people, okay, to be excelling in the coming year,
Dileep,
rather than just making the goals.
Right. Well, that's really excellent. It's going to be a wonderful year. The year that has gone by was full of challenges, but despite that, you can find out blessing in disguise from anything if you want. Opportunities can arise from challenges.
Absolutely.
And that is what our vision should be. But to achieve that vision, this blueprint, if we follow that, I'm sure people can achieve success. Thank you very much for your time. And we hope that our viewers all over the world can take benefit, and they'll definitely join your workshop and learn more from that workshop. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
And have a happy new year. Enjoy yourself and stay safe.
And a very happy new year to you and everybody in all the listeners. Thank you
very much. Thanks. ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸਨ ਦਲੀਪ ਨਿਗਮ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਤੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਉਹ ਟਰਾਂਸਫਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਣੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਨਾਲ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਾਮਯਾਬ ਹੋ ਸਕਨੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸਾਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਜੀ। ਜਦੋਂ ਤੋਂ ਇਹ ਪੈਂਡੇਮਿਕ ਆਇਆ ਹੈ, ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਾਥ ਹਰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਹੋਇਆ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਦੇ 6 ਵਜੇ ਪੈਸੀਫਿਕ ਸਟੈਂਡਰਡ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਮੁਤਾਬਿਕ, ਐਂਡ ਵਿਦ ਯੋਰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਐਵਰੀਥਿੰਗ ਇਜ਼ ਗੋਇੰਗ ਇਨ ਅ ਵੰਡਰਫੁਲ ਵੇ। ਮੈਂ ਕੁਝ ਸਟੈਟਿਸਟਿਕਸ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹਨਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ YouTube ਨੇ ਭੇਜੇ ਨੇ। 2021 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 900,000 people watched the program, and total views were 244,000. So that was with your support from around the world. I'm thankful to all of you. ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫੈਨਸ ਨਾਲ ਕਨੈਕਟਿੰਗ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਧ ਚੜ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਲਿਆ ਤੇ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕੀਤੀ। ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਲਾਈਫ ਟਾਈਮ ਅਚੀਵਮੈਂਟਸ ਦੀ ਹਾਈਲਾਈਟਸ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ it's been 3,514 days since I first uploaded on YouTube, because this program earlier used to be on Joy TV. and lifetime likes have been more than 36,000 and lifetime comments are around 5,500. So I'm extremely blessed to have you as a viewer from around the world, and during this pandemic the kind of support that you have given is really commendable. I'm also thankful to all the sponsors, because without their support it would not have been possible ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮਸ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਂਦੇ. ਸੋ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਪਾਂਸਰਸ ਦਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ, ਚੰਗੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮਸ ਨੂੰ ਤਰਜੀਹ ਦੇਣ ਲਈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ, ਸਮਾਂ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹੋਇਆ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ. ਅਸੀਂ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਅੱਗੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਾਮਯਾਬ ਹੋਵੋ, ਨਵਾਂ ਸਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਭਰਿਆ ਚੜ੍ਹੇ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਛਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਪੂਰੀ ਹੋ ਸਕੇ. So once again, from the bottom of my heart, my entire team, I wish you a happy new year. Stay blessed, stay safe, and enjoy yourself. See you soon in the next year. ਨਵੇਂ ਤੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਅਪਲਾਈਐਂਸਸ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਸਟੋਵ, ਓਵਨ, ਫ੍ਰਿਜ, ਵਾਸ਼ਰ ਡਰਾਇਰ, ਮਾਈਕ੍ਰੋਵੇਵ, ਫ੍ਰੀਜ਼ਰਸ ਜਾਂ ਡਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ਼ਰ, ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪਹੁੰਚੋ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਮ ਅਪਲਾਈਐਂਸਸ ਤੇ. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ 3 ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚਸ ਸਰੀ, ਐਬਟਸਫੋਰਡ ਤੇ ਚਿਲਵੈਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਨ. ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵਾਜਬ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਅਪਲਾਈਐਂਸਸ ਮਿਲਣਗੇ. ਇਹ ਡਿਲੀਵਰੀ ਤੇ ਇੰਸਟਾਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ. ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਪੈਕੇजेस ਫॉर ਬਿਲਡਰਸ ਐਂਡ ਹੋਮ ਓਨਰਸ. ਕਾਲ 6045904140 604 590 4140.
ਜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸਮੈਨ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ? ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਮੋਟਰਸ ਦੇ ਓਨਰ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਨੂੰ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. ਇੰਟੈਲੀਜੈਂਸ ਦਾ ਉਦਾਹਰਨ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਾਰ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਖ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਮੋਟਰਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਸਰੀ ਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਟਰੱਕ ਸੈਂਟਰ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲੋੜ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋੜੀਂਦੇ ਟਰੱਕਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਗਾਈਡੈਂਸ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ. ਸਪੇਸ, ਮੋਡੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਫਿਊਲ ਐਫੀਸ਼ੀਐਂਸੀ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ. ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਟਰੱਕ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਟਰੱਕਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਟੌਰ.
ਵੈਨਕਾਸਾ ਟਾਈਲ ਅਤੇ ਸਟੋਨ ਸ਼ੋਰੂਮ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੋਲਸੇਲ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਹਰ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੀਆਂ ਟਾਈਲਸ, ਸਟੋਨ, ਮਾਰਬਲ, ਬੈਕਸਪਲੈਸ਼, ਮੋਜ਼ੇਕ ਆਦਿ ਵਾਜਬ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ. ਇਟਾਲੀਅਨ, ਸਪੈਨਿਸ਼, ਚਾਈਨੀਜ਼ ਪੋਰਸਲਨ ਜਾਂ ਸਿਰੈਮਿਕ ਟਾਈਲਸ ਜਾਂ ਮਾਰਬਲ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਆਰਡਰ ਤੇ ਜਾਂ ਕਲੀਅਰੈਂਸ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ. ਮਾਲਕ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਟਾਈਲਸ ਇੰਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਦਾ ਸ਼ਿੰਗਾਰ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ. ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ ਕਰੋ 1304 84 ਐਵਨਿਊ ਸਰੀ. ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹਿੰਦੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 604 330 7363 604 330 7363.